Dividing larger numbers. Step 1, set it up. Just as in any traditional division algorithm, we have our dividend, we set it up within the bracket, and our divisor is 22. So we're finding groups that have the value of 22, and we're finding how many multiples of 22 bring us way up to 673. So in this case, I listed my multiples here on the right. It's much easier to have this little resource here than to count in your head like you might with a single digit divisor. So this is a handy tool, and you make sure to list your multiples as your step 2. So when we skip counted by 22, we came to 66, which was really close to 67, and we went through all the usual subtraction and bringing down, and now we're left with 13. Well, 13 is too low to have a group of 22, so we bring a decimal over here showing that we can still divide, but we're going to have to use parts instead of the whole number of 30. So we're going to place our decimal in the dividend and up in the quotient. And now we just place our 0 and bring it down to make 130. And we're looking at how many groups of 22. Well, you can see here we can get way up to 132, but that is too many groups of 22 to settle for 130. So we are going to use the 5th multiple, which is 110. Step 5, now again, we're in that zone, the decimal zone of 5/10. And so what we did was we took 5 groups of 22 and we came up to 110, and we're subtracting 110 from 130, which brings us to 20. Again, 20 is too small to have groups of 22. So we're coming over here and we're placing another 0 and bringing it down. So now we can imagine that we have 200, and over here, our list of multiples was not going even close up to 200. So I had to extend the list of multiples and bring it to the 9th multiple to 198. Step 7, we are dividing to the thousandths place. And as you see here, that's the 9 groups of 22, which brings us to 198. And once again, we subtract and we come to 20. Well, 20 is too small for a group of 22. So rather than placing a 0, we're just going to go ahead and write our 0 up here. And we're going to end it there in the thousandths place and round it to 30 and 59 hundredths. To conclude this video, I really want to stress that the key here is to make your list of multiples with your larger divisor. And even when your list is not long enough, then you can certainly add to it. And you've got a great resource here on the right, and you're just referring to it to see what reaches those larger numbers in the dividend. Go forth and divide.